All right, so if you're joining us today, this tiny little item might be on your to-do list, or you might be adding it to your to-do list soon. And the great news is that today we're going to show you how you can check it off, your to-do list. But to do that, I'm actually going to do something different. I'm going to replace this one item list with a slightly longer but more manageable to-do list. And it's going to help you, help me walk you through the website builder. It's going to help us keep track of everything we're going to be talking about today. So to build a website, you first need to get started. I know, horrible joke. But part of getting started is deciding on a design. And we've come up with two ways of helping you through complete that task, pick your design. So when you log into your account and you go into the website builder section, you're going to be able to jump right into creating your website. So all you need to do is just click create a website. And here we're going to present you with two options. You'll be able to either build your website by using a ready-made template, or you're going to answer a couple of questions and our website builder, the AI-powered website builder, is going to create a website for you. So slightly different experiences. If you, neither one is better or worse. It's whether you are more interested in just trying things out on your own, browsing through templates, you want to do that, you go ahead and use the ready-made template. If you are a beginner, or maybe you just want to figure out how to create a website quick, you can just use the AI-powered builder. And we're going to actually start with the ready-made templates first. I'm going to show you how to use the ready-made templates, and then I will go back and we will switch over to the AI-powered builder. So just to start using to pick your template, you just click use a ready-made template. And then our selection of templates are going to load. And let's say you have a business that you are doing providing online learning resources. You do distance learning, and you offer advice for teachers that do distance learning, or maybe you yourself are a teacher that does distance learning. So you might want to go to jobs and education. So browse the templates by topic, or you can just browse the templates by type. So let's say we're just going to go into jobs and education, and let's see what's there and what catches our attention. Oh, how about this one? And before I even click and choose the template, I can just simply first preview the entire site and then go right into the template itself. Oh, there we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. So here's our template. Here's our design. And I can see what kind of pages are part of that design. We have About Us page, we have an offer page, we have a contact page. If that is not something that you want to use, you can always pick another template. Or you can switch over to the AI-powered builder and pick a different route. And for this one, we're going to create a website for a career coaching, for career advice business. So we're going to ask you first what kind of business you have, and then we're going to provide you with some options that you can choose. If you don't find the exact keyword that describes your business, that's fine. All you need to do is just pick other, and then still the website builder is going to create the website for you. So going to go to resources and planning. And the next question we'll be asking you is what kind of website you want to build. And again, if you don't have a clear idea yet what kind of website you're building, you can use other, and this is a multi-purpose website that you can customize based on whatever you need. You can also take some time and go over some of the ideas and suggestions we provide for each of the sites. For this one, I'm just going to go with business website, which, and then the next step, once I've selected the type of business I have and also the kind of website I want to create, the next step is to decide what kind of elements I want to have on my site. The AI already suggests that the website has these elements, some of those elements like a chat or a contact form or a FAQ. But like I said, everything is customizable, so you can click off, you can deselect whatever item you don't want on your site, and instead add a couple of items, a couple of elements that you would like to have on your site, video maybe, and a gallery. And worry not, none of those choices are going to destine you to a website that you don't like. You can always customize those websites. You can always remove or add other elements once you see the complete design. You can always skip this step. If you don't feel like you want to answer these questions, or you don't have a clear idea yet, or you haven't decided yet, just quickly skip this step and it's going to take you to another one. And for this one, here's where you decide on the theme, so the color scheme for your site, what your website is going to look like, and what kind of mood you want to create, what kind of energy you want to create. And let's say that, and you can hover over each of those little tiles and you're going to see the entire color scheme for all the colors that are going to be used on this website. And since this is a site I'm building for a career advice business, and we all know about work-life balance, I'm just going to go with the balance theme. Here's the business information that you want to include on your site. If you don't want to include this on your site, just skip to the next step. And here's where the AI magic is happening. The site is generating options for you and the templates that you'll be able to use. And I can, just like with the pre-designed website, I can preview the design, or I can just, by looking at it, if I like something more than other, one template over the other, I'm just going to jump right in and use this design. So here's my website, or the foundation for my website, which I can now start customizing, and I can start optimizing, and I can start adding pages, I can start adding content, I can make all my changes and personalizing my website, and I can optimize it for SEO. All those tiny little goals that I have in mind, now I can start doing. Before we start going into adding pages and customizing and everything, I just wanted to give you a quick lay of the land, how to find your way around the website builder. The easiest way to switch between sites, between pages on your site, is to use this little navigation in the top left corner. It's going to quickly switch you between the pages that you can start editing on your site. If you want to manage your pages, if you want to change the order of pages, you click on the little Manage Pages icon, and it's going to show you all the pages that are the visible pages that are part of your website, and also pages that are going to be hidden, and also pages that are going to show only under specific conditions. Like, for example, if you restricted access to your website, and then we're going to display registration page and login page, or maybe enter password page. And if there's some kind of unforeseen event and your page cannot display it, we also prepared a not found page for you. And to edit the design quickly for your entire site, you go to the global design, you click on this middle icon with the global design, and here's where, if you've changed your mind, you can pick a different palette for your site, or you can change the typography and also styles for all the buttons. So all the changes you make here are going to be reflected throughout your page. So this is just a preview. I'm going to talk about it in more detail once we get into a specific site that I'm going to show you. So let's get back to our checklist. So we have decided on the design, we have picked a theme, and then we have these 3 tasks. We need to add pages, we need to help people navigate the site, which is creating a menu, linking between pages, and then optimize the site for SEO. And I'm going to switch over to a different template that I've already prepared for you to just show that, how to do that, how to complete this next set of tasks. So here's my little imaginary business. Let's say that you've decided to turn your hobby into a business and source of revenue, source of income. And because I am inspiring crocheter and knitter, I decided to go with a knitting site and crocheting site that is going to be selling yarns and selling patterns. I've already have my core pages ready. I have the home, about us, contact, and products and patterns page, but I want to add a couple of other pages. First of all, I want to link my blog. Click this little link icon, and it's going to open a dialog window, and it's going to ask me to type in the link name and also provide the link for my blog. And I'm going to use our GetResponse blog for that. And it's also going to ask me, how do I want to open that link? And I want that link to open in a separate tab. I also have an option for it to open in the same page. So all I need to do is click on the page name here and then type in the new name. And for now, this is all I want to do. Those are the pages I want to add. So let me go to my checklist, pages added. And now, helping people navigate my site. How do I order these pages in the and how do I want the page hierarchy to look like? And if I'm happy with the order of the pages here, that's how I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna do anything. If I want contact page to not be displayed directly in the site menu, but be hidden, be a sub page to my About Us page, all I do is move the little contact tile to the right. I'm moving it, repositioning it, and the physical repositioning of the tile is going to also change the order and change the placement of the page in the page hierarchy. And let me go back to manage pages, and I'm going to move it back to where it was before. So now I have our yarns, About Us, our yarn patterns. Oh, I'm going to move patterns here, over here. And that's about it. Those are the changes I'm going to be making. And here's my website with all the pages I wanted to have, and in the order with the site menu already created. But also I want to do another tiny thing. I want to link between pages. And one way of doing that, one way of linking between pages is by linking buttons on a page. So on my homepage, I've created a little display of the things we offer, that we have yarns and we have patterns and we have accessories. And now I want to make sure that people who land on this first page also get to my patterns page, and they actually review my yarns that I have on offer. So what I can do is click on the button and tell the builder where I want it to link to. And I'm going to choose the current website. And I'm going to choose the patterns. So in case you missed it, what I did is double-click on the button to open the button settings, and then selected what I wanted to link to, which is the current site, the site I'm working on, and then pick the page that I wanted to link, and then how I want to link it, how I want it to open. Do I want this page to open in the same page or in a new tab? And this one I want to open on the same page. So the visitor is going to stay on the same page when the next page opens. And I'll quickly edit the text on the button. So now that is done, let's have a look at optimizing the site for SEO. We've got our pages, we've got our page structure. Now let's make sure that our page shows in the search results. Seems like a daunting task, but it's actually quite easy to accomplish. To optimize your site for SEO, you go to the settings for each of the pages. So you click on the actions menu, the vertical ellipsis, and select settings, and then go to the SEO tab. And here's where you decide on the page title. And on the page description. Page description is basically what shows in the search results, the text that shows in the search results. And the general advice is to use keywords. So it's a balance of being authentic and using the right keywords that people search for. So always make sure that the description reflects the tone of your brand, who you are, the way you would speak, but also possibly insert a couple of those search terms that you would like to add. And in the general settings is where you go to edit the page name. So the page name that shows up here in the tree. So SEO, the page title is what shows here in the tab. The general settings is what you're going to show in the page tree. It's always a good idea to keep those names the same so you don't get confused and you don't forget which page is what. And then you're also going to be able to edit the flag for all pages except for the home page. Home page doesn't show any text in the flag. And then I'll show you just an example here for our yarns. So the page, our yarns, page name is our yarns. This page title is going to be our yarns. Again, I would add the description for that page with the specific keywords, and also to let people know what they can expect when they land on your site. And then the flag here shows the original name for the site. So to change the flag, I click edit and then add the flag that I actually want to display. The changes save automatically. You don't have to click any save, any apply button. The changes are saved as soon as you enter them and you click off. So you do this, you enter the SEO information for each and every of those pages. And my advice would be, once you change the flags, once you give those pages names, once you give them titles, and once you change the flags, and publish your page. After you've published your site, try not to change those slugs because they will get indexed. And then people who happen upon your old URL, they may end up on the 404 page. So it's always a good idea to do those edits before you publish. And part of connecting with people is making sure that they can leave the contact information, that they can leave an address for you, that they don't miss your offer, and then maybe you can share something with them just as additional incentive to thank them for coming to your site. And how do I do that? How do we do that? By adding forms and enabling downloads from your site. So let's start by adding a couple of forms, or first of all, let's start by checking what kind of forms are already on your site. Since this is the template that has already been created, a lot of forms have already been added to your site, like, for example, a sign-up form. A sign-up form is a form that people use to leave their email address and add to your email list. So if you already have contact lists in your GetResponse account, people who leave their email addresses here are going to end up as contacts in your email list. You can edit the form by adding additional custom fields. So name and email are already included. Those fields are required, so you won't be able to remove them from your form, but you can add additional custom fields. So for example, favorite color, favorite yarn, whatever custom field, whatever contact data you want to collect, you can add to your form, and then you can decide whether it's a required field or not. If you are concerned about privacy policies, privacy law, GDPR, you can add consent fields to your form. You enable consent fields by turning on the toggle, and then selecting the consent fields that you want to add to your form. They're going to be automatically added to your form, and you can decide whether those are required fields. To quickly jump into how do I control which list people sign up for? To do that, you go to subscription settings, where you select your yarns list, or my yarns list. You select the list you want people to add to. So let's say all of the new subscribers, you want to add them to your newsletter. That's where you select your list. You go to subscription and select list. And then you can also decide whether you want it to be a double opt-in subscription, and whether you want to add them to any of your autoresponders. So if you already have an autoresponder, that's great. If not, you can always add people later to your autoresponder. For any design decisions, you go to the design section, and if you want to change any of the look of your form, for example, you want to change the way that labels are displayed, you just go to the design. And for the fields, you can, of course, edit the text that appears above the field, or in the field, or below the field, depending on how you want to present your form. Another way of capturing information and enabling people to get in touch with you is by adding a different type of form. This is a sign-up form, which means people are added to your contact list. But let's say you want people to leave a message for you. And for that, you are going to add people to your contact list. So you don't necessarily want to collect contacts yet, or maybe you don't know if people are going to be willing to sign up to an email list, but you still want to get in touch with them. You still want them to be in the loop. You want to nurture those connections, those communication. So then you could consider the option of adding a contact form. And I'm going to select a contact form. And contact form is a little bit different. Like I said, it enables people to leave a message for you, but it doesn't add their email to your email list. And it actually lets you chat with them on your site and also get in touch with them in slightly different channels. And Tom is actually going to talk about that in more detail after my presentation. So we got a sign up form, we have a contact form, and also if you want to make sure that people really don't miss your offer, you can add a pop-up form. So a form that appears on your site when people visit your site, or whether they want to click away, they want to move away from your site. So after you've added the pop-up form, you'll be able to decide how you want it to be displayed, whether you want to, whether it's supposed to be small or large, or whether it's supposed to be displayed in the center, whether it's supposed to be pop up when people visit your site, or when people leave your site, or when they scroll through your site, and then make all those design decisions for your form. So that's the pop-up form, the behavior, and the location, the appearance of your form. But now we need to decide what we want it to display. And I may want to give them an extra nudge to sign up to my list. So I drag and drop an element I want to add to the pop-up form, and it's going to be displayed on a pop-up once people visit my site. And the last thing I wanted to show you what to do and how to do it is to enable download from your site. So if you ever want to share a document or let's say a freebie pattern with your visitors, you go to the button settings and select a document as what the button should link to, and then use our files and images to select the document that you want people to be able to download. The green check mark shows that the document has been attached. And you can also define what you want the button to look like. Whenever people click on that button, once your page is published, they'll be able to download the document. The document will open in a new tab and people will be able to download it. So let's check off the things we've been talking about here. And then another question that you guys posted is whether I can restrict access to just a few people. And yes, you can do that. You can restrict access to registered users, for example. And that's why I added this community tab, community page. To restrict access to that page, I'm going to go to settings again and click on the access tab and select members. So from now on, only members have access to my community page, where I share specific resources, special resources with them. And this specific page is not going to appear once your page is published. It's not going to be able to show, it won't show once your page is published. It's going to be hidden unless people log in. And to enable login to your page, you use the login and registration element. Where you can customize the text of all the text. If you want to say something that other than login and sign up, you can absolutely do it. And once people log in, they'll be able to see their email address and their avatar if you decide to include an avatar when they log in. So once people log in, that page is going to become available to them. I'm going to quickly go over the design decisions for your site. If I want to change the color palette, the typography, and create reusable content, and adding media. And let's actually start with adding media, because I already previewed the global settings. I've already previewed that. So to add video to my site, I can also do that. I can link to my site. I can link a video just by inserting a URL. And I can also decide whether this video should play right after people visit the website. If it plays on enter, it's going to be muted. The autoplay is muted. If I wanted to play in a loop, if I want to show controls, or whether I wanted to just play muted wherever people click on it. And to show you how changes in global design look like, I'm going to switch the palette to something absolutely completely different. I'm going to go for a different color palette. All my backgrounds, buttons, and everything have been changed. And if I want to, let's say, change the font on my entire website, I just click on typography and I pick a completely different font for my site. If I want the button style to be different, I want them to, let's say, be rounded instead of square. I can do all that for my entire site from Global Design. For creating a reusable content, I highlight the section I want to save, and I click on the little disk here, the disk icon, and it's going to, the website builder is going to prompt me to save a block. And all the sections I want to reuse later, whenever I build this website, are going to show under my blogs, where I can just drag and drop them and add them to my design. And now we're getting to the very end of this journey. We're going to publish the site. We're going to pick the name and connect a domain. So once I'm happy with the design, I've customized the look of my site. I've added the content I wanted to add. I'm going to click on the next button, connect domain, and it's going to present me with all the options I have. And you have a multitude of, well, not multitude, you have 3 options here. You can publish a website using one of our GetResponse domains. And here in the subdomain field, you can enter a customized name for your site, whatever you want, whatever name you want to appear in the address before the GetResponse domain. You also have 2 other options. If you don't want to use a domain and you want to you want to use your own domain, you want to fully customize your URL, you can either connect a domain you own, if you have a domain you own that you already own, or you can buy a domain name. So we're going to provide you with an option to jump on the bandwagon of domain names. We're going to provide you with an option to publish your domain and buy your domain while publishing your website. So here's where I'm going to stop. We got to the very end. We checked off all of our items on our checklist, and now we've created a website.